welcome back to my channel. First favorite is coffee. The fun bun is on point right now, although I just feel like it's like boom 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 boom. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. You guys know who that is? Thumbs up this video, please. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Liz.vee here, and let's talk makeup. So today's makeup talk is gonna be a current favorites. I don't do monthly favorites, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. Reason number 1 is I do not film enough times in a month to put out a favorites video every single month. If you really think about it, I maybe put up 4 videos a month if I'm lucky, and for one of those to be a favorites just doesn't seem like a good use of video output to me. Because when I really like something, I tend to use it for a long period of time until I, feel like I've used it enough to explore something new. I mean, technically I like to do new stuff. I like to figure out new stuff, but when I really like something to a point where it's my favorite, I just feel like I don't want to stop using it. You get what I mean? Alright, you guys get it. Okay, so today's favorite video is going to be my current favorites. So these have been my favorites for the past little while. So let's just get started. Let's just jump right into this. So this is my bag. It's bright. So let's see, we have all these flavors in here. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna talk about is this thing right here. Okay, so this is a face scrub brush. I got this at Sephora, and it has a little bristle side, and then it has like a pink rubbery side that has like little tiny little, I like to call them fingers because they look like itty bitty little like fingers. Call them like little tiny little points. They're kind of like bristles on this side, but they're rubber, and they're really short, and I just like rub them around my face. I don't use this side as much as I use this side because my face kind of gets a little sensitive sometimes, and when I exfoliate every single day by using this side, it kind of gets to my skin. There's such a thing as over exfoliation. I did get this at Sephora, and it is $16, but I have really been liking it to use with my cleanser. So what I do is I just put a little bit right here, and then I just rub it all over my face like that. The second favorite I want to talk about is actually my cleanser, and I got this at the drugstore. And it's the Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser for normal to oily skin. I like this cleanser because I get really oily right here in my T-zone. The rest of my skin is kind of normal, but I was using the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser before, and I didn't feel like it was removing the amount of oil that I feel like it should have been removing. It lathers, but just a tiny bit. And I feel like it still leaves my skin with like the natural essential oils, but it takes off like makeup and all that kind of stuff really well. Like I said, I've really been liking this, and this is like $6 at the drugstore. Get out of here. So, yeah. Since we're on a skincare kick, I might as well just stick to skincare. So recently, I've been getting a few breakouts here and there. So I went to the drugstore and I decided to pick up this Clean and Clear Advantage Acne Spot Treatment. And this is the salicylic acid acne treatment. This is like $5 at the drugstore, and I've really been liking it. My skin reacts really well to salicylic acid. I have another acne treatment kind of thing from Clean and Clear, but it's the benzoyl peroxide one, and I only use that one when like I have like a really stubborn pimple that just like doesn't want to go away, or it's like the size of Texas and I want to get rid of it. So all I do with this one is I take a little Q-tip, I rub it onto the affected area, and it kind of dries it up. It makes it smaller. What salicylic acid does is it kills the bacteria in there. So I've really been liking this. To me, this is just very helpful. What I want to talk about is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I've really been liking this foundation. I found it at the drugstore and I'm in the shade 103, but I've really been liking it because of the fact that it's a really good drugstore brand. I'm actually wearing it today along with the Makeup HD foundation in 127. And that's what I've been liking to do. Like if I have an event or if I'm going out, I like to mix it with the Makeup Forever foundation, and it gives me just a flawless finish. And this lasts a long time. And usually what'll happen is, like, because I'm oily in my T-zone area, like I'll see my foundation kind of break up in those areas first, but with this one I don't really see that happen. So, you know, it'll either be at the end of the night or at the end of the day from when I'm working, and I still have like my base like on point. It's still there. The only thing about this one by itself, when I'm not mixing it with the HD foundation, by itself, I can kind of tell if I haven't exfoliated. So if I'm gonna wear this by itself, I exfoliate the day before, because around my nose right here, I have some pores that are kind of like noticeable. I kind of have some blackheads around here, which I'm not too proud of, but I think it's hereditary. Thanks, Dad. And I do notice them a lot more, like it kind of clings to them and accentuates the blackheads on my nose. So if I exfoliate the day before, it's not so much of a problem and I can totally get away with it. So next thing I'm going to talk about is a Morphe E7 brush. Now this is a synthetic hair brush, and if you don't know who Morphe is, what? Anyways, Morphe is an affordable brush company. They have eyeshadows, they have brushes, but I think what they're most sorry, I had to burp. What they're most What they're most known for is their brushes. And this is the Elite from the Elite collection, and it is like a fluffy brush, a transition blending brush. So it's like the Sigma E40, but this is like the Sigma E40, it's like $14 to $16, and this was like $7.99. It's synthetic, it's nice and fluffy, and it's really big. If you can tell, you can just like plop. Really nice. I've really been enjoying it, and I'm probably gonna purchase some more later on. What I'm gonna talk about is another brush, and it is another brush by Morphe, but this is the Morphe M411. Now this is a fluffy blending brush. I don't think you could ever have enough fluffy blending brushes. This is a really good blending brush. It's not so much, I don't know if you can tell the difference, and you know how, see, this is very flat, and you can tell this one kind of has a tapered point to it. So if you dip it into an eyeshadow and you just dip the very tip into there, you can actually get precision work done with this brush. It's really good. This is like $6. It's really affordable, and it's kind of become one of my favorite blending brushes. It is not synthetic, so it's natural hair bristles, but it still works really well. Like you can tell that you can even do a cut crease with this if you wanted to, and that's pretty insane to say about a fluffy brush. Does that make sense? When you do a cut crease, it's basically like you have that line, and that harsh line between your lid and your crease. And if you really wanted to, you could do it with this brush because it has that point. It's kind of, like I said, weaseled its way into my life, and now I can't live without it. These are the Milani matte lipsticks. Now, Milani came out with 8 matte lipsticks a little while ago. I actually do have a video review on them, and I'll link it somewhere in this section right here, so you can go check it out if you want to. But these are the 2 of them that I've been enjoying the most. Now, Matte Diva is like, like a hot, hot, hot pink. Like super hot, like bright neon pink. And I've actually really, really been liking it. Especially for summertime. And the other one that I really, really like is Matte Confidence. And it's like a dark red shade. I'm actually wearing Matte Confidence in the outer corners of my lip right now and a brighter red in the center. Like I said, this formula is very creamy. It doesn't come off dry. The only thing about them is that I would make sure your lips are moisturized, because especially with Matte Diva, if you have like little flakes of dry skin on your lips, you'll be able to see it with this lipstick. Like this lipstick will kind of accentuate it. I mean, I have dry lips normally, but I would still rock it. I mean, I kind of didn't care. I really like the color so much. On the days you want to wear a bright pink, you want to wear a bright pink. So the next two things I want to talk about are these two eyeshadows right here. This is the Anastasia Contour Kit, but I just pulled out some of the shades because these are pretty much my two highlight shades right now. So this is MAC Shroom and MAC Nylon. Now these are two of the most intense highlights that I have ever come across. Not that I'm like super expert or anything like that. There's still a lot in the world that I need to explore, but these are really, really, really intense. And I really like my highlights to be intense. Like I'm wearing a combination of both of them on my inner corner and my brow bone at the moment. And so I really like them because sometimes if I'm going for like a whole strobing look, I will even take these on little detail brushes and I will put them on the very highest points of my face, like nose and the brows and the Cupid's bow, you know, do that whole thing and bam, like, so much highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them for you really quickly. The heck is that? Okay, so this is MAC Nylon. And can you tell how intense that is? Holy moly. So that's MAC Nylon, and that kind of has more of a yellow tone to it. And then this is MAC Shroom, which is way more neutral. I'm gonna try and find a place to swatch it. So you can tell it's more neutral. What the heck? Let me try this again. So you can kind of tell this is MAC Shroom and this is MAC Nylon. This is more neutral and a little less intense, but it's still pretty intense, especially when you pack it on the lid. See, I don't know if you can tell, that's pretty intense for a highlight. So yeah, those are my two highlights that I've been obsessing over. So for an actual face highlight, I've been obsessing over the Mary Luminizer, and this is like a cult classic. I didn't get this until maybe a couple of months ago when it was on Haute Look, but I got all of them. Like I got Betty, I got Cindy, I got Mary, and I have all of them now with me. So this is Mary Luminizer, and it is a highlight. That's the highlight that I'm now wearing on my cheekbones. And I know, I feel like my highlight is on fleek right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this for you and see how it comes out. Stop! There we go. As you can see, it's super duper intense. I also use this as an inner corner highlight or brow bone highlight when I feel like going that route too. So, I mean, if you guys can't tell already, like I like my highlights to be intense. The thing I want to talk about is the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. Now this is the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Perversion, which is a black. And I've been liking this a lot more than my MAC Smolder. I feel like it's a lot more creamy, I feel like it's blacker, and I feel like when I go especially into my waterline and my tight line, I feel like it takes less going over in order to get the black, the opaqueness that I like. So I've really been digging this. So one of the things I also wanted to talk about was during the summer months, I kind of wasn't really wearing foundation. I would kind of just go put on a BB cream and, you know, go out like that. I would just add concealer for extra coverage where I needed it. But it was way too hot outside to be wearing foundation. This is the Maybelline Dream Pure BB 8-in-1 Beauty Balm. And this one has 2% salicylic acid, which, like I said, works really, really well with my skin. So I would just put this on my face and it would help, you know, with those areas that have been afflicted, you know, those little pimple areas. So I was really, really liking this, or I'm still really liking this. But now that fall's coming around, I'm so excited because I just so ready for fall. Love fall trends. Let me get this bun back on point. Okay, so another thing that I also wanted to talk to you guys about was this cream color base by MAC. Now this is the cream color base in Shell, and it's like this pinky toned eyeshadow base. It is marketed as an eyeshadow base, but what I use it for is I use it as a cream highlight. So I will rub my fingers in it and I will dab it on the tops of my cheekbones, and then I will go over it with a powder, especially if I want my highlight to last like all day until the end of time. So that's what I've been using it for, and actually wearing it today under the Mary Luminizer, as you can tell. And my highlight is super intense, and that's the way I like it. Another cream product that I want to talk to you about is ColourPop's Super Shock Shadow in Eye Candy. Now this is like a lavender color shadow, but it's got a lot of glitter and a lot of shine to it. Like I said, it's a lavender color. It is $5. I don't know if you can tell. Let me go ahead and try and swatch it for you guys. See, it's kind of like a lilac color. I have been using this as like an inner corner highlight when I want to get like an extra pop of color or intensity on my inner corner, especially with cool tone looks. Like earlier in the months, I was just obsessed with cool tone looks, and I was using my Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette a lot. So with that palette, I would just pop this on the inner corner, and it just gave this whole purple vibe to my makeup, which I really, really, really liked. So recently also, I have actually been using it like this one, and I'll put it on the tops of my cheekbones and put something else over it, because why not? You know, one of the last things I want to talk to you about is this Essie nail polish in Wicked. It is a dark red oxblood color, and I think it's perfect now that fall's coming around. Not necessarily that I only wear it during the fall time, because if I want to wear a red oxblood color in the middle of summer, I will. You can't tell me not to. So, but I've really, really been liking it, and I've been wearing it for the past couple of weeks actually. So check it out if you like those kind of deep dark colors. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about is actually a repeat favorite, which is saying a lot about the product. Now it's the Tarte Lip Palette. Now I know it's like $45 and it's kind of expensive, and it might have been limited edition, I think it was, but I think it's so diverse. I'm so happy I got my hands on it, because I have been using it in one way or another for months and months and months now. It just has so much diversity to it. It's got its neutrals, it's got its grays, blacks, purples, browns, like light colors. It's really awesome for like everyday wear. You could mix and match so many different looks with this if you wanted to. At least it's kind of like one of my staple items. Like I'm always reaching for this. So that's it. We don't have any more favorites. I know this is kind of like all over the place. I'm not used to doing favorites videos. You guys know why. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in my next one. Bye. But I really just do feel a really Decay Perversion. Ooh! The Urban Decay Perversion. Oh my god, I have to. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Why do I always do this when I'm talking? I don't know. Okay. When you wrap your arms around me, I get a fever, it's so hard to bear. You give me fever. Boom, 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 boom. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever. I remember. Yeah, I always do that. Hello. Face forward. 1, 2, and a 3. Ooh, I look really like ghost-like. It's kind of working for me right now. Crap. Where's my cat? I want to bug my cat some more. And for like, ain't nobody got time for that shit to melt off. Whoops. Sorry, got a little crazy right there.